Hello, my name is Kim Carlton, and I'm an academic officer with Teacher-Created Materials. I have over 20 years in education, and now I teach teachers and students all over the country. This video today is for parents and caregivers who have received a Teacher-Created Material take-home backpack. I'm going to share with you some of the features of the backpack, as well as some helpful tips for how to integrate this learning into your busy lives. Let's get started. Your backpack includes a Kids Learn student activity book designed for your students' next grade level. You'll also see 4 content area readers especially chosen for your students' reading level, and an 8-page family engagement guide. Let's dive into those resources a bit deeper. There are a number of features to help you as parents and caregivers get started with learning from home with Kids Learn. Taking a look at the table of contents, you will see that it's divided into 9 weeks of learning. Each week is labeled across the top of the page, and it is color-coded along the edge. In the front material on page 4, you'll find a welcome letter, providing you with helpful tips on getting started and setting up daily learning time this summer. Page 5 includes 10 things that your child will need to know for his next grade level. There are an endless number of things that students can learn, and sometimes it's helpful to remember what those big items will be so that they will be prepared for their next school year. In the front, you'll also find great ideas and activities to complete while you're extending your learning from home. Learning is all around us. We call these teachable moments, and these pages provide ideas that help reinforce key skills in real, hands-on ways. Let's take a closer look at the student pages inside your Kids Learn resource. Remember, many of these pages will be things that students can complete with only a little adult support. Perhaps you read the instructions together, or maybe you work the first item with your student. This is called modeling, and it's an important step in helping students become independent learners. Let's look a little bit further. Let's take a look at a week's instruction. Each week's activities start with a page like the one you see here for week 1. You'll notice that this page includes a list of the overview of the skills in that week. Each week is also color-coded, so all of week 1's activities will be in purple around the edges. In each week, you'll have activities that support language arts, and that includes vocabulary, reading, and writing, mathematics, critical thinking, and a family fun game. We encourage you to focus on completing just 2 pages a day. You can choose the activity pages in any order that you wish. Most learners like a choice in what they're doing, so consider allowing your student to pick between 2 pages to complete for that day. As you work through the summer, you'll notice some items at the back of your Kids Learn student books that can be more pages for fun. In Appendix A, you'll see playing cards that can be cut and used for the weekly games. Appendix D includes fun journaling pages to encourage your students to become writers. Finally, in the Kids Learn activity books for grades 3 and up, you will find practice assessments for both language arts and mathematics. We encourage these to be done later in the summer after your students have had the opportunity to complete some of the other Kids Learn activities. And finally, you can use the QR code here to find a printable certificate, something to award your students after they have completed their summer work. You'll also find additional pre-test for upcoming grade levels. And don't worry, you don't have to know all of the answers. There's an answer key found right in the back of the resource. Here's a tip. If you have older students, you might gently remove that answer key before you begin working this summer. A couple more tips for working with your students. If they miss a question, ask them to explain their thinking. There's so much learning that can happen when a student makes a mistake. Oftentimes, just by explaining the right answer to you, they can hear and correct their own mistake. If they're still not able to catch the error, this is a great time for you to learn together. Talking through the problem and the possible answer together is a great way to support your learner. Let's now take a look at the readers that come inside your take-home backpack. Each take-home backpack comes with 4 high-interest readers covering a range of topics. These could be stories, biographies, or other nonfiction texts. The readers include engaging text features and images like the ones that you see here. And while your student might not be able to read the book yet on their own, the shared reading experience with a caregiver or older sibling still helps set good reading practices and builds vocabulary. As you and your students read your books together, there are some easy tips to help make this an enjoyable practice. You might read the pages together in unison, or each take a page or a line to read. You might do fill in the blank reading, where you read a sentence and ask the students to fill in words as you go. For younger readers, consider using your finger to help track the words so that they can see the words as you read them. And be sure to pause and stop and look at the photos and the images and the graphics. Ask your young readers, what do you see? What do you notice? What do you want to know more about? And finally, the 8-page Family Engagement Guide. This guide provides easy strategies to learn all summer long. Inside, you'll find ideas of books to read, helpful math facts, fun wordplay games, writing, math in the kitchen, family science experiments, and things to do when you're learning on the go. Many of the ideas in the Family Engagement Guide can be incorporated into everyday activities. For parents and caregivers, we have a helpful tip for you. Put your Family Engagement Guide somewhere where you'll see it, especially if it's a place that you're likely to have a little bit of downtime. Maybe it's in the car, maybe it's at dinner, or maybe it's at bedtime. We hope you enjoy your take-home backpacks this summer, and we thank you for joining us in creating a world in which children love to learn. Good luck.